Ayan guys, welcome back to HashtagTV. It's episode 15! And
Yes.
with me, syempre, is the very cute Tatay Rene. Hello po!
Hello, magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat at welcome to our show. And
mm,
thank God that this is a very beautiful day despite na naka-quarantine pa rin tayo. And then pasalamat tayo na sabi nga health is wealth. Kaya tayo
totoo.
ngayon ay very healthy pa and thank God for Shane for being healthy as well at safe siya. Kasi without her,
Mm-mm.
mahirapan nating ma-carry out itong program natin. Thank you so much, Lord, for Shane.
Diyos ko naman, gabi naman tayo dun, Sir Rene. Pwede naman po kayo
Right.
mag-host kahit wala ako. Charot!
Ayan. Right, right.
right.
Yeah.
Sige, sir. So, I have a video here prepared. An interview.
Mm,
I'll play it, Sir Rene. And then we'll
sure.
bring our
Okay.
guest out later. Alright?
Okay, very good. Let's see it.
We all signed up for this. We all signed up to take care of people. We never thought it would actually be this bad and that we would actually feel scared. Today, I woke up at 5. Di masyado maganda yung gising. I got a call from the hospital saying that one of my patients passed away. After that, wala nang tulog. Diretso na yun. It's like an emotional roller coaster. You start off the day really badly, then it gets a little better. Um, it got better because some donations came in. Some neighbors, some friends decided to donate some face shields and goggles. Actually, some PPEs came in as well. And then I delivered a few of them in the morning, sent them to some needy medical facilities that I knew of. Yun yung part of the day na kind of makes you feel better about things. Knowing na you're not really alone in all of this. And that people realize that you don't have to be a healthcare worker to help. You don't have to be a frontliner to be able to do something. That's an up part of the day. So it makes you feel nice to know that um, the Filipino spirit of helping each other is very much alive. It makes you feel good, no? As you head out into the hospital, into the medical environment. Not really sure what you're going to meet or what you're going to face, but you go out anyway. So I started my rounds at one of the hospitals that I go to. And the sad reality is you'll see how busy everybody really is and how hard everybody's working. And it's not just doctors, it's nurses, it's techs, it's the people handing you your PPEs, reminding you to wear them properly. It's the people cleaning up the hallways after you because they have to pick up after you because that's their part in trying to help out, making sure everything is clean and sanitary. And the sad part though is you'll see that even the best hospitals are overcrowded. The best private hospitals, even the government hospitals, even the public hospitals, all of them, all healthcare institutions right now are overcrowded and we're understaffed. And that's a scary part of being a healthcare provider, knowing that you don't know if there's enough of you for everybody. You don't know if there's enough equipment. Actually, there's definitely not enough equipment. There's definitely not enough personal protective equipment. There's not enough rooms. There's not enough ICUs. And it's scary. Actually, the unfortunate part about this is wala na yung part na hindi mo kilala yung pasyente. It's really becoming more and more a situation wherein you're actually treating your friends or your parents of your friends. In fact, today, uh, 5 of the patients I have are actually parents of friends. And all of them are in the intensive care. And how can you not feel like you need to do something? Because it doesn't spare anybody. COVID-19 doesn't pick or choose. It's not going to be the chances of you not being affected, or a family member, or a friend, or knowing somebody who's in the hospital gets smaller and smaller every day. Walking the halls, you meet your friends, talk to them, and we share this feeling of concern because we all know we're unprepared. You can sense the tension and the frustration and the exhaustion. The doctors that you normally see now, very relaxed, very well dressed, very composed. Everybody's tired. And I can understand that, which is why I'm very thankful that even though they're so tired, they still come in, punch the clock. The day never really ends for us. Kasi nga, right now, nagbago na eh. It's not even something that you could call telemedicine per se. It's just doctors giving out their numbers, making themselves accessible because we're all concerned. And we want to do the best that we can so that people get better sooner. And if we can keep one person out of the emergency room, that saves that spot for somebody who actually needs to be there. If we keep another person out of the hospital, that saves that room for a person who actually needs to be there. So if we keep that person out of the ER, that time that patient could have used goes to somebody who actually needs it. So lots of things to consider. Lots of things that COVID-19 actually has exposed. Weaknesses in our healthcare system, but it's also exposed how good we are as people. And I hope after all this is over, what we learn from each other, how we can actually work together, and what good comes out of working together. Sana we carry that onwards even after the challenge is over. Because it will be over. We just don't know when. But it'll be over. And things will get better. This seems like the new normal right now, but it's not. And one day it'll be over.
It was such a heartwarming interview.
Yeah, sobra. Nakaka-touch talaga yung message ni Doc na yan. Sobra.
Mm.
And siguro naman, we really need to bring him sa screen na.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. All right, guys. So, if you've seen the doctor kanina na interview, we will be bringing him in. Dr. Brian Cabral, please welcome him. Hello po, sir.
Hi.
Ay, magandang
Afternoon.
hapon, Doc. Magandang hapon.
Magandang hapon ho.
And we watched your video. It was taken by ANC.
NC.
So, ANC, gano'n na katagal yun, Doc, yung video na yun?
Siguro mga 2 weeks, something like that. Actually,
weeks,
ngayon ko lang siya
before,
napanood ng buo.
Yeah,
No
before
way.
pala.
Hindi ko siya pinapanood eh.
Before naman yun pala. Oo, dapat mapanood mo. But before anything else, please introduce yourself, Doc, pala muna.
Hi, everybody. Dr. Brian ho. I'm a kidney specialist actually yung tawag sa akin, nephrologist. And
Nephro, yeah.
I work out of various hospitals in the Metro Manila, including PGH, where I teach. It's good to be here. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so
It's an
much
honor.
for giving us the time. So,
It's a pleasure, Doc. It's a pleasure. Yeah.
We actually have here ano po yung update po for the COVID-19. Yung numbers actually already 5,000 plus, 5,222. And it's
My God.
a little frustrating kasi definitely nakaka-relate ako sa interview ni Doc Brian kanina. It's because people, I don't know kung dyan din po ba in Makati, Sir Rene, or dyan in Alabang, Doc. Pero here in Quezon City, like the streets are already like flooded with a lot of cars na talaga. As if we're no longer in the enhanced community quarantine.
Naglalabasan na sila.
Yeah.
Why?
Definitely.
Why?
Yeah, exactly.
Diba?
It's
No,
it's
I don't
like
think that's such a good idea.
It is
Yeah.
definitely not a good idea. Last night, Doc, I made a rant sa isang nag-post na kasama ko. Pinakita niya yung isang market sa may Quezon City.
Yeah.
And ang daming tao. So I was thinking if the video or the photo taken was itong during the time na meron ng ano, yeah, it was taken kasi may mga nakamask na. Pero yung dami nila, nagkukumpul-kumpul, walang control. So, ako nagalit na naman ako dun sa pinagtitext ko, sa pinagsusulat ko, nagalit ako kay Mayor Belmonte for not monitoring. Kasi we are on the same boat dito eh. One
Yeah.
person na madali, tuloy-tuloy yan. We don't even know kung sino yung mga pumupunta sa market na yun. If they are from Quezon City, they are from Makati. So, I was like, itong mga taong to, they really, if you want to die, die alone. Pero don't include us. I'm seeing, Doc, na sa kaso mo, you are nandiyan ka sa isang hospital na yung nakikita mong pasyente, I mean, that's the reason why hindi ako natatakot akong maging ganyan sa place mo kasi nalulungkot ako sa yung pinanood ko lang na video mo, super touched na kami.
Yeah.
So, can you please
was heavy.
continue on that, Doc? Anong life mo as a doctor right now? Paano na iba?
Well, ibang-iba na talaga siya, no? Yung ginagawa namin ngayon, lahat ng tao na nagbibigay serbisyo sa mga taong may sakit. Hindi naman
Yeah.
ito yung natural na kabuhayan namin eh. Hindi gantong klaseng environment yung pinapasukan namin. Pangkadalasan, may mga sarili kaming mga schedule, di ba?
Right.
May mga
Right.
clinic,
Yeah.
and may oras ng pagpasok sa clinic. Tapos nun, titingin ka ng pasyente, uwi ka na, papahinga ka. Ngayon, ibang-iba na talaga. Kasi, una, lahat ng mga tao nagtutulungan na eh. Lahat ng mga doktor, lahat ng mga nasa healthcare. We're all trying our best para masilbihan yung bayan, but at the same time,
Yeah.
maprotektahan namin yung mga sarili namin. So,
Right.
halimbawa, kung pupunta ka sa isang ospital, pagpalagay na natin ang doktor nun sa kidney, 20. Nung araw, pwedeng makita mo yung 20 na yun sa isang ospital, pumapasok ng sabay-sabay. Ngayon, we just take turns, no? Maaaring iba-iba kami ng ospital na pinupuntahan, pero hindi kayo makakakita ng 20 doktor sa kidney sa isang ospital ng sabay-sabay. Kasi nga, syempre, gusto rin namin mabawasan yung exposure ng mga doktor,
Yeah.
tsaka yung mga nag-aalaga sa pasyente, kasi hindi naman kami immune dun sa sakit eh. Kahit kami
Kaya
pwedeng
nga.
magkasakit. Actually,
true.
I'm sure na balitaan nyo na madami ng mga kapwa naming nag-aalaga ng pasyente, mapa-doktor, mapa-nurse, na pumanaw na, nauna na. At yun yung mga ayaw talaga nating makita. No? We don't want to see anybody die. Pero syempre, kung tinatanong nyo, what's it like now being a doctor? Lumabas na statistics sa atin na isa tayo dun sa pinakamataas ang death rates ng doktor sa Asia. No? I mean, I don't know how valid that data actually is compared to other people. Pero syempre, para sa akin, hindi yun yung point eh. One is too many.
Patay rin. Ano ba ginagawa mo?
May langaw
One is too many. And kung yung trend na yun is something na actually talagang mapagbabasihan natin ng katotohanan, and kailangan pag-aralan natin kung ano yung kailangan nating i-improve. No? I think ang nangyayari kasi minsan nahihiya yung mga tao about the data. They want to know more about the data. How was it collected? Para sa akin kasi hindi na yun importante. Let's just take that data, use that data. Tapos tingnan natin kung saan tayo use it to incentivize ourselves to do better.
Right.
Diba?
Doc, may question, makasingit lang. So halimbawa, katulad nyo, ikaw, nephro, di ba? Ang specialization mo. During itong time na to, paano yung mga patients mo na ang focus kidneys? Paano sila?
Yeah.
Well, madami sa kanila may phone number ko.
Oh.
Madami sa kanila may email address ko. Madami sa kanila alam yung social media accounts ko. So, wala nang choice eh. Kasi hindi ko naman sila pwedeng pabayaan.
Correct. May
na
schedule pa rin
walang
sila.
paraan. Hindi, wala na schedule yung mga yan. Wala na.
So, parang on-call kayo pa rin, Doc?
Magte-text sila, i-email sila, tatawag sila, and kung kaya kong sagutin yung tawag kaagad, sasagutin ko kaagad. Pag hindi, sasabihin ko, pasensya na ho, nandito lang ako sa, may naalagaan lang, may naasikaso lang. Babalikan ko kayo. But I think para sa majority ng mga gagamot, majority ng mga taong tumitingin ng pasyente, madami sa amin na ganyan ang kabuhayan ngayon, no? Very different sa nung araw na sasabihin namin, papasok lang kami, ganitong oras, uuwi kami, tapos na ang clinic. Hindi na ho yun yung ngayon. Actually, ilan na lang ata ang alam kong doktor na nagki-clinic. And I think kung pupunta kayo sa mga ospital, may hirapan kayo maghanap ng doktor na nagki-clinic sa kasalukuyan.
Okay. Doc, paano yan? Kung halimbawa, pupunta ka ng katulad niyan, sabi mo, lahat kayo pumupunta na wala ka na in time mo, almost nandiyan ka na sa hospital nakatira. Now, question is that your own prerogative? Sarili mo lang ba yun? Or is the hospital requesting you na, dapat nandito kayo ng ganitong oras? Parang ganon, something like that? Or ikaw na, kusa mo na lang? Na ganon.
Well, ano yun, no? It depende sa ospital. Yung mga hospital, fortunately, they don't force people to go naman eh. And I don't think you can. Kasi pagkasapilitan, hindi rin magiging maganda yung dating ng doktor pag pumasok siya. If you don't have your heart in it,
is there such a thing na sapilitan?
Well, hindi. Wala nga eh. So, fortunately, walang ganun. All of the doctors that you see na nagsisilbi for COVID,
talagang kusa nila yun.
Almost everybody is there voluntarily. In other words, and we don't judge anybody. No, there are doctors who shouldn't be there. You know,
tama.
Kasi kung may edad ka na and madami kang sakit and malaki yung chance na pag ikaw yung nagkasakit, may masamang mangyari sa'yo. Ayaw namin makita yon.
Correct.
So, sa akin, okay lang sa akin. No? May mga doktor, madaming maliliit na bata sa bahay or nag-aalaga ng magulang nila, naiintindihan namin yon. So, those are not things na, kaya kung ano yung doktor na nakikita ninyo ngayon, and sila yung pumapasok, kanya-kanyang dahilan yun kung bakit kami pumapasok or kung meron ba kaming sinusugal or yung wala naman sa ospital, naiintindihan din namin yun. And hindi yun something to take against anybody. Kasi everybody's afraid, no? Everybody has reasons. So, and we have to respect those things.
Agree.
Yeah, that's true. So, Doc, how does it feel to be a frontliner? Did you ever think na you would be a frontliner for a global pandemic in your lifetime?
Well, I never thought na I never wanted to see a pandemic in my lifetime. And I don't necessarily think naman frontliner, I guess, is a hyped up word. Pero we're just all doctors and nurses and techs, no? And I guess hindi ko nga alam kung type ko yung word na frontliner eh. Kasi it's us doing our jobs. Yes, kami talaga yung pinakaunang titingin sa pasyente. But if you think about it, yung mga doktor, we're your last words. A lot of things already went wrong. That's why you're with us. So, and those are the things na sana ma-improve natin para yung quote-unquote trabaho ng frontliners sana mabawasan, no? And the less people are in the hospitals, then that means we're doing a better job. Kasi it all starts with keeping people healthy.
Totoo. Uy, we have comments here po, Doc. Mukhang madami pa kayong fans. So here is from Sir Jefferson. Thank you for your life, Doc Brian. Be safe always. Ayun.
Parang nagang yata si Doc.
Thank you.
Oo nga po.
Yun, there you go. Medyo mahina talaga ang ano natin ngayon. Yun, Doc.
Hello po, Doc.
Medyo, choppy-choppy yung line niya.
Yeah. Anyway, Sir Rene, have you seen po ba yung traffic po?
Nawala. Ayun. The traffic right now, sabi
People
ko nga
out.
sa'yo, Doc, nandiyan ka na? Are you back? Are you back, Doc? Wala pa si Doc.
So necessary me.
There you go. There. Napuputol si Doc. Sandali, Doc.
Oo po eh. Sa alabang po.
Ayun.
Yun.
There you go.
Ayun.
Are we okay?
Ay, yes po.
Okay, yun.
Yeah.
Meron ka
Nawala
message, may message
Oo.
ka, Doc. Ano ba yung Shane, ano ba yung message niya?
Ayun, from Sir Jefferson. Thank you for your life, Doc Brian. Be safe always.
There you go.
Thank you.
Alright, another one from Viserio Zamora III. God bless Dr. Brian Cabral and Dr. Miltos Kating Cabral. Ayun, thanks for all your help. Thank you to all frontliners. Mabuhay po tayong lahat. Ayun, that's a very
Thank you
sweet
so
message.
much. Thank
Yes.
you so much.
Oo.
Yes.
As well as mahusay ang si Doc Cabral from Jason T. Canson. Kilala mo po ba, Doc, ang mga nag-shoutout po sa inyo?
Yung iba kilala ko, yung iba hindi, not really that well, and probably not, yung iba hindi ko kilala.
Generalize
Pero yung iba
na to,
na.
Doc. Generalize na. Yan si Shane, si Sel.
Yes,
Oh, go ahead.
Zal Benefortan, we are very proud of you, Dr. Brian Cabral, and all the frontliners. Ayun.
Wow.
It's
So
really
basically,
heartwarming that there people are actually parang cheering on our frontliners here.
Alam mo, Doc, sa totoo lang, kasi pag ako nagko-co-host dito sa namin, komedyante talaga ang dating ko ng konti. Pero right now, hindi ko makuha eh. Hindi ko makuha mag-comedy right now dahil napaka-insensitive ko naman kung ang pinag-uusapan na natin mga buhay. Tapos mismo yung ikaw as a doctor, I have to put on my serious mask right now. Baligtad pala. Wala pala akong mask right now. Kasi ito yung totoong nararamdaman ko na naiiyak ako sa iniistorya mo sa buhay na pinagdadaanan mo right now. And personally, I would like to thank you. Hindi nyo lang alam na lahat kayong mga doktor, lahat kayong mga nurses, and everyone na nandyan sa hospital right now. You are risking your life for us. Thank you so much. Talagang our prayer goes to you. Literally.
Well, salamat ho. Pero talagang I think basta wag lang ho natin kakalimutan, di ako nag-iisa dito sa laban na to. Million
Hindi
kami.
kayo nag-iisa.
Madami ho kami talaga. And ang magandang bagay talaga dito is ang nakikita ko is nagtutulungan ho talaga lahat ng tao. And everybody's working their hardest and everybody's working together para lang talaga subukang mabawasan yung agos na dinadaanan talaga, na tinatangay tayo dito dahil sa pandemic na ito.
Yeah. Shane, babasa mo na yung kay Miss Michelle.
Ayun, kay Ma'am Michelle de los Reyes Manyanglong. We are very proud of you, Dr. Brian Cabral. We pray for your safety and all the frontliners. Ayun po. Additionally, from Miss Rachel Balahadia Tugaon. Thank you so much, Dr. Brian and Dr. Amitos. God bless po. Praying for your safety po. Ayun. And then, we'll have our last comment muna from my mom, who is a very, very avid watcher ng show po natin. Keep safe, Doc. God bless.
Good afternoon po.
Afternoon po.
Ayun. Kasi my mom actually told me na yung mga batchmate niya pong doctor there in Aklan, who is also a frontliner for the COVID-19 there, 7 days straight siyang kailangan nasa hospital lang, and then self-quarantine na siya for 14 days. Kaya medyo papalit-palit sila lagi ng mga other doctors. So parang ganun yung protocol nila in Aklan in handling COVID.
Yeah. I mean, it's different everywhere. And like, ako, 7 to 3 and to distribute your effort as much as you can.
Yeah.
Kasi nga, kulang sa lahat eh. Kulang sa lahat ng ospital.
Totoo.
Some people choose to do that yung magka-quarantine sila. And there are a lot like me na one hospital, then after that hospital, sa hapon, ibang ospital, sa gabi, pwedeng sa ibang ospital.
Totoo.
Kasi naiintindihan namin na malaki talaga yung kakulangan right now and masyadong madaming pasyente and hindi kaya ng sistema eh. So, overloaded na yung sistema. So, kung ano talaga yung maibibigay, ibibigay. Hanggat sa kayang ibigay.
Doc, meron pang isang question. Remember yung recently, I think a day or two, na si President Trump, si Mr. Trump, nagtawag ng mga frontliners that will serve for America. Huwag mo naman kaming iwan, Doc. Baka kung sakasakaling na-receive mo na yon. Kasi sabi nga ni President Duterte, hindi natin pwedeng pigilan ang mga gustong umalis kasi nasa Constitution yan. Pero siguro ang pinaka-request na lang natin, we know, let's be realistic on this one. Talagang maliit ang pabayad dito sa Philippines, right? You agree?
Yes, and lalo na siguro para sa mga tawag ko mga physician extenders, no? Yung mga nurses, techs, nursing technicians, assistants, etc. I think they're really underappreciated, overworked, and underpaid.
Yun.
And I think right now, hopefully, after all of this, makita ng mga tao how important talaga yung trabaho nilang lahat in making the system work, no? Kasi right now, ganun ang nangyayari sa ibang bansa, nagtatawag ng backup dahil sa kakulangan talaga. And ako mismo, although syempre ayaw kong makita silang umalis, kahit bago pa nung pandemic, naiintindihan ko bakit nila kailangan umalis or bakit sila umaalis. Kasi makikita ninyo, and hindi naman ako nagsasabi na mas importante ang isang trabaho kaysa sa kabilang trabaho, no? Lahat naman ng trabaho ay importante, pero I've lost nurses to call centers. Kasi mas malaki ang bayad nila sa call center. They don't necessarily leave just to go abroad. They leave to do something else. Kasi it pays better. So, yun yung sitwasyon na talagang kailangan pag-aralan ng mabuti ng ating gobyerno, ng mga taong nagpapalakad ng ospital, dahil hindi naman ata nagkukulang sa teknolohiya ang madami o karamihan sa mga ospital. In other words, nakakabili ng gamit, nakakapagpatayo ng bagay, nakakapagpatayo ng bagong ospital. Pero kung iisipin ninyo, ang kinikita ng manggagamot at nurse, no, yung mga yan, hindi nagbabago yan eh. It's actually been the same for a long time, or kung magbabago man, very minimal lang. So, doon na lang sa kinikita ng mga tawag ko nga, mga physician extenders nung araw, maliit na yon, lalo na ngayon sa ganitong klaseng sitwasyon na talagang wala kang choice kung hindi ialay yung buhay mo, isugal yung buhay mo tuwing pumapasok ka kasi hindi mo naman masabi kung mahahawa ka. And malaki yung chance, no? Bawat araw na dinadagdag mo, na tumitingin ka ng pasyente, nag-aalaga ka ng pasyente, dinadagdagan mo yung chance na ikaw mismo mahahawa.
Correct. Tama.
So, Doc, I was wondering, so what was the first ever COVID-19 case that you handled po? Tapos, was it parang worried ka ba na you would be having to face them agad-agad, or can you walk through us yung first yung na patient with COVID-19?
Alam mo, honestly, I can't remember anymore the first. Kasi parang ang tagal na nga nito eh.
Yeah.
But I always remember the sad ones. No? Yung the ones na hindi mo napagaling. The ones na nakita mo na nagpahinga na dahil sa hindi nila kinayang gumaling, or kahit na anong ospital pa yan, madaming kakapusin, Or madami tayong dinaan ng panahon eh. Wala yung gamot.
Yeah.
O kaya sa sobrang kapunuan ng mga ospital na ipit sa ER. So kung wala man silang COVID nung panahon na yun, pagpasok nila, maaaring nakuha na nila yung COVID afterwards.
Right.
And then magiging COVID mortality sila. So that's I can't really remember the first. Pero if you're going to ask me to describe how it feels na pumasok araw-araw, I think siguro now ano ba tayo, almost 1 month into the quarantine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hindi ko naman sabihin na nasasanay. Kasi parang pag sinabi mo kasing nasasanay ka, baka hindi ka na maging careful eh. So, I don't take it for granted. Actually, I think ang nangyari is now I'm even more careful with how it is that I prepare myself pag alis ko sa bahay. How it is that I prepare myself pagdating ko sa ospital. And how it is that I prepare myself before entering my own house. Kasi kung isang bagay na ayaw mangyari is mahawaan ko yung mga anak ko, mga mahal ko sa buhay, magulang ko. That would be, for me, that is actually the risk na yung pinakakinakatakot ko dito sa ginagawa ko. I guess. Kasi for me, I'm the one who signed up to do this. I'm the one who said, okay, magdo-doktor ako, papasok ako araw-araw. But my kids, my parents, anybody else who's here in our house, they did not sign up for that. Diba? Ako yung nagdesisyon na papasok. And ganun din para sa lahat ng ibang doktor. Lahat ng ibang nag-aalaga ng pasyente, doktor ka man o hindi. I think para sa aming lahat, yun yung pinakakinakatakutan namin na may mahawaan kami, nakalimutan namin maghugas ng kamay isang araw, dumiretso kami pa uwi, niyakap kami ng anak namin.
Oo,
or
totoo
something
yan.
like that, tapos maipasa namin sa anak namin.
Correct.
Yun
Now,
yung pinaka-ayaw kong
tama ka dyan, Doc.
makita.
Kung ganun pala, ang susunod na question ko sa'yo, why go home? Di ba? I mean, pwede ka naman siguro magstay muna doon. Tapos ngayon, nakikita namin, pinakita lang sa TV kagabi, meron ng mga monitor na skill na doon para yung mga doktor na online sila, nakikita sila ng loved ones nila. Kasi basically, what you're doing right now is hospital, then come home. Hospital, then come home. There is the big risk of you bringing, I'm not saying, but I'm telling na may chance. Really, diba?
Oh, yeah.
May chance
I wouldn't say it's a big chance. I don't think you can actually measure it. Pero kung hindi ako makakauwi sa bahay para makita ko yung mga mahal ko sa buhay, baka hindi na ako pumasok.
That's one thing. That's one thing. Totoo yan.
So, yung sa akin is, isa sa mga dahilan kung bakit ko ito ginagawa is para sa kanila eh. So, kung hindi ko sila mayayakap, hindi ko sila makikita, hindi ko sila makakasama, baka hindi na ako pumasok kung yun ang katumbas.
Correct. Agree.
So,
yun yung charge mo eh. Nagcha-charge sa'yo eh.
Diba? So, dumating yung panahon na talagang sinabi nila masyadong delikado. Huwag ka nang umuwi. At nakita natin na ang infection rate ng isang doktor para sa mga kasama niya sa bahay ay napakataas. Sigurado hindi ako. Pero awa ng Diyos, wala pa naman tayo nakikita o naririnig na ganong klaseng balita. No? Although tama kayo, extra careful lang talaga. Pag nagtanggal ako ng damit, di pa ako pumapasok sa bahay. Yung sapatos ko, isang pares lang. Yung damit ko, itong ganito palagi suot ko para alam ng mga tao kung ano yung damit na dinala ko sa trabaho. Para alam kagad kung ano yung kailangan iwasan. Naghuhugas ako bago ako maligo. Diretso kagad. Tapos non-shower bago ako lumabas. Lahat yan. Lahat na pwedeng ipanlinis sa katawan ko yun yung ginagawa.
Correct.
Para lang mabawasan yung chance. Ang mahirap is kung hindi ka, kung gagawin mo yung ginagawa mo nung araw, malaking problema yon. No? Pero yung ngayon, iba na talaga. Iba na kami.
Doc, paano ba yan? Yung mga sinasabi right now, ang sinasabi ng DOH right now, pigil nila yung standard na misting ng mga tao. Do you agree with that?
Ay, okay. Actually, nag-start ako ng isang Facebook group, no? Yung pangalan COVID-19 Moonshot. And I don't know if you've gotten a chance to
Naka-plug
take a
tayo,
look at
yan.
that.
Sige, go.
And actually, meron din ako mga kaibigan na tumutulong, nag-develop ng mga misting tent, nagdo-donate ng tent, sanitizing devices, etc. And then the Department of Health did come out with this advisory na baka bad idea. So, hindi ako ganun kagaling dun sa science part nun eh. Pero yung siyempre sa observation ko, nakikita ko na naman yung ginagawa ng ibang bansa, I see other places with misting tents. I see other places with disinfecting areas. So there's nothing wrong with the statement that they put out. What's wrong with it is what they put out was a blanket statement.
Okay.
Kasi maganda sana sa iba, okay, hindi kayo pwede mag-disinfect using chlorine dioxide. Dahil baka masyadong matapang, ma-inhale nyo or something like that. But I'd like an alternative. Tell me what I can do. Diba? Is there something that's safer? Or pag pumasok ba ako doon, dapat naka-PPE ako or pikit ko na lang pa yung mata ko, mag-goggles ako, wag ako hihinga para magamit ko yung tent. Kasi sayang eh, nadi-discourage yung mga tao na nagpapakahirap para mag-isip ng mga bagay kung paano makatulong. Dahil ang una nating kagad na banat sa any new, minsan, di naman palagi, into some new ideas is, ay, may masama sigurong epekto yan.
Yeah.
And I don't think yun yung tamang ugali para natin matulungan ang isa't isa, no? Yung grupo actually na binuo ko, doon sa Facebook na yon, yung Facebook group nga, yung COVID-19 Moonshot, pagpupulong-pulong yon, no? Parang hive mind or crowdsourcing ng ideas. Now, bakit natin yun kailangan? It's because we've never experienced this before. There's no expert. There's no blueprint. Wala tayong pwedeng pagbasihan na, ay, gawin natin to. Actually, kopyahan yan. Tapos nun, magbigay ka ng bagong ideas and refine mo yung ideas ng ibang tao. And kung kokopyahin nila yung idea mo na ganito rin mas mahusay na way gawin yun, dapat free yun to do. I mean, this is a situation wherein I don't think naman we have to worry about taking credit for anything. Right now, the priority is kung ano yung kaya natin gawin. Ang dami nating mga magagaling na inhinyero dyan. May nakita akong mga tao galing sa Don Bosco, sa UP, na nagde-develop ng mga ventilator, etc. And all of those things should be encouraged. No? Instead of saying, ay, baka delikado yan ha. Kasi kung tingin natin, makakakuha pa tayo ng ventilator, dun sa kung ano man yung meron tayo, kailangan tandaan natin na ang kalaban natin ay buong mundo. Okay? So, kung tayo may pambili at wala tayong mabilan, mas madaming pambili yung Amerika, mas madaming pambili ang Pransya, ang Europa, at kung sila din naghahanap, ibig sabihin nun, kailangan magsimula na tayong gumawa at matutong gumawa ng mga gantong klaseng bagay para sa sarili natin. No? Kaya tulad ng personal protective equipment, every day, naghahanap ako ng mga tao na pwedeng mahinga ng tulong para makapagpamigay ng tinatawag na PPE. And kung mapapansin ninyo, ang palaging pinag-uusapan natin is, teka muna, hindi pa dumating yung shipment, nakaipit pa sa port. O kaya, mga 2 weeks bago dumating, mag-landing sa Pilipinas. Ganyan. And it's already 1 month later, lumalala ang pagkakulangan ng mga ganong klaseng gamit at hindi pa rin tayo nagsisimulang gumawa ng sarili natin.
Yeah.
Right.
So, kaya, ang maganda nga doon, tignan nyo, kinapos yung simula yan, nagkaroon ng panic dahil sa alcohol. Diba? Nagkaroon ng kumpanya katulad ng San Miguel. And ginawa nila, ni-retrofit nila yung mga pabrika nila para maglabas ng ethanol, ng ethyl alcohol.
Yeah.
And ganong klaseng pag-iisip, no? Ganong klaseng ingenuity and willingness to do change or have positive impacts to society, yun sana yung hinahanap ko na makita sa atin. And I don't see why we cannot do these things locally. No? If other people in other countries can do it, I'm pretty sure. I'm not an engineer, I'm not a chemist, pero sa talino ng mga Pilipino, imposible talaga para sa akin na hindi natin kayang gumawa ng ganitong klaseng bagay. At mauuwi tayo dun sa mga tao na nananahi sa bahay nila, na talagang appreciated ko because para sa akin, something is still better than nothing. Pero nanghihinayang ako dahil sa alam ko we can do so much more.
Anyway, Doc, since initially po ba, Doc, did any anxiety or fear strike you? Asan na po ba, how do you feel about battling the COVID-19 ngayon po?
How do I feel? Every morning, I'm anxious. Every evening, I'm anxious. Kasi yung anxiety sa morning is not knowing what you're going to face that day.
Yeah.
And yung anxiety when you get home in the evening is thinking about everything that happened during the day, I guess. And pero pag nandun ka, right in the middle of everything, taking care of your patients, actually para sa akin, quiet place yun. Kasi wala akong kailangan isiping iba. Hindi mo matignan yung telepono mo. You can't really check it every second and say, ano ba nangyayari sa mundo ngayon? What are the things that I wish we could be doing better? So all of that is on pause.
Yeah.
So para sa akin, that's kind of how it is when I'm at work. But how do I feel personally right now? Before, it was, if you saw the video, I guess most of what you could tell is probably, I felt bad, sad, hopeful. I still am all those things, but I guess a little bit of frustration is starting to sink in. There's some degree of frustration kasi I think there's a lot more things na pwede sana nating gawin.
Yeah.
Concerned ako para sa mga tao na arawan ng trabaho na hindi makapasok. Yung mga pagpalagayan natin, driver or labandera or kahit yung mga taxi driver or barbero, etc. Yun yung mga no work, no pay. And the longer na hindi natin talaga gawin or pagbuhusan talaga ng lahat ng effort na pwede nating ibigay yung pandemic o yung COVID-19, lalong hahaba ng hahaba ito. Kailangan na talaga natin magsimula to look forward. Paano ba natin to tatapusin? Paano ba natin papapasukin ulit yung mga tao na dapat pumasok? Paano ba natin pababalikin sa trabaho yung mga taong walang trabaho? Kasi yung susunod dyan is magugutom na yung mga tao and there's going to be, if you keep this up much longer, there'll be civil unrest, di ba? Yung nakikita nyo ngayon.
You're now talking at future na yan, Doc, which is a very near future.
Yeah, kasi you cannot help but think about it. You cannot just keep focusing on one patient day by day.
Yeah,
at some point, kailangan mo talagang paghandaan yung gagawin natin later. So, ano ang magiging plano natin? Paano natin i-restart ang ekonomiya? Paano natin i-restart yung bansa? Para unti-unting ibalik yung mga tao dun sa mga trabaho nila. Kasi kahit na pagpalagay na natin yung mga ano bang maganda example? Siguro hindi. O sige, balik tayo dun sa mga gumagawa ng alcohol na normally ang ginagawa nila is gin or sangka, di ba? That's not really
may lumabas na bang ganun ngayon na product nila?
No, pero hindi. Yung mga distillery katulad ng Tanduay, San Miguel,
Yeah.
etc.
Oh.
Naglalabas sila ng ethanol
Yan,
for
ako,
free.
matagal. Mga last month ko po
Oh.
yun, sir.
Tumutulong
okay.
sila. Pinamimigay nila yan sa mga ospital. Actually, sila yung mga isa sa pinakaunang tumulong. At
Wow.
kasalukuyang tumutulong pa rin, no? Pero these are not the normal things that people do.
Not normal. Not normal.
And we have to get the economy back. Otherwise, at some point, it's going to be an even bigger disaster kasi we keep on waiting for the right time.
Mhm.
So, I think we just really have, kailangan ng pag-aralan. Ano bang gagawin natin? Paano maibabalik ang mga tao sa trabaho?
Tama. Teka, Doc, makasingit lang, ano? Shane, I hope you don't mind. Baka meron pang mga gusto kang basahin dyan na mga gusto mag-comment kay Doc.
Alright. So
Alright.
here we have comments from Sir Mark Legueza. He said, "Good day, everyone." Ayan, hi, Sir Mark. Thank you for tuning in. Miss Norlin de la Cruz Astanyal, ingat daw po, Doc. Ayun. From Sir Ismael Bautista, shout out to all frontliners. Ayun. From Ma'am Manchi Tan Balmas, covering you with prayers of protection to you, Dr. Mitos, and all your loved ones. Ayun. Here we have Ma'am Glenda Zamora. Ayun, pitinag po ata kayo. Sir.
Magkapatid yan.
This is your sibling po.
Hindi. Magkapatid sila, pero kaibigan kayo.
Nice. Right.
Okay. Sir, we actually have here a question. Question, Doc, in the worst case situation, if there are no more beds for COVID patients, what does DOH recommend for positive patients that are sent home? How will they be provided with meds and food, especially for people that live on their own?
Yeah, that's a really good question.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess we have to qualify my presence. No, I don't represent DOH.
Right.
So I don't work for the government other than my capacity as a teacher in UP and PGH. What happens when there's no more beds? We better hope that never happens.
Oh my
Pero right now, meron ng mga areas that are being converted into facilities that can be used, no, for housing or taking care of suspect or probable or COVID patients, no. I think yung mga Coliseum, ganyan, with the help of yung mga very smart people like sila Architect Dan Lichauco and their team who specialize in building hospitals, etc. So these are the people na are trying to make sure na we have more beds. Now, right now kasi kami sa ospital, bihira yung pauwi ka ng positive pa na pasyente. Kadalasan is pauwiin mo sila, negative na sila. At least yun ang nakikita ko, no? Ang problema sa atin is it takes so long for the test to come back. And I know sa news, palagi natin sinasabi, may parating na ganito. After a few hours, makukuha natin yung resulta. I just really hope that's true.
Yeah.
Kasi nga, yung impact nun is hindi lang para dun sa mga tao nasa ospital. Impact nun pati paano mo sila pauwiin, yung mga taong nasa bahay, yung mga taong walang sintomas, pwede na ba silang pumasok o hindi pa. So I really hope all of these things are true and that they happen soon. Now, kung ang tanong is halimbawa COVID positive ka and nasa bahay ka lang, that means somehow nakakuha ka na access sa testing na nalaman mo and wala ka masyadong symptoms and kaya mo sa bahay, no? Yung mga gamot kasi na binibigay namin sa ospital, pangkaraniwan, ang abiso namin sa kanila is yun yung mga gamot para sa mga taong talagang medyo malala yung kalagayan. And dapat talaga nasa ospital sila. Hindi ito yung para natapilok ako, uminom ho kayo ng ibuprofen at uwi kayo sa bahay, tingnan natin kamusta. Hindi siya yung type ng gamot na pwede niyong inumin sa bahay. Yung sa pagkain naman, I don't know kung programa pa ng DOH yun na siguruhin na mayroong pagkain at gamot yung mga pasyente matapos nila umuwi. I am not aware. It would be nice, no, kung meron tayong that type of government structure na yung mga taong wala talagang paraan para lumabas. Pero alam ko yung mga bara-barangay mismo, nagtutulong-tulong din naman sila. Na halimbawa, alam nila merong isang COVID positive patient sa kanilang komunidad. Sila mismo, dahil nga sa alam nilang kailangan hindi lumabas ng bahay o tahanan yung tao na yun. I think voluntarily sila mismo nagpupulong-pulong o nagtutulungan na siguruhin na yung tao na yun ay makuha lahat ng kailangan nila.
Doc, ganito, no? Kasi di ba sinasabi, pagka halimbawa, meron kang, let's say, feeling mo merong COVID-19 ka na virus. Is it tama ba na sabihin na sa bahay ka na muna? Kasi alam mo naman na pag nasa hospital ka, mas maraming may anlaki ng chances na mas lalo kang mahawa kung wala ka naman talaga.
Well, ano ho yan, no? That, you have to be very careful with that. Kasi naiintindihan ko yung hesitancy ng mga taong pumunta sa ospital. Pero ang kailangan naiintindihan din ng pasyente is if you go to the hospital and it's too late naman, lalo namin kayong hindi matutulungan or bumababa ang chance na mapapagalit namin kayo. Kasi nga you waited too late. Now, sino yung mga dapat sa bahay lang muna siguro, no? Siguro kung sinisipon ka lang or tingin mo may lagnat ka, kailangan i-evaluate mo yan ng mabuti. Na napaparanoid ka ba? Napapraning ka lang ba? Or talaga bang may lagnat ka? Kasi kung talagang may lagnat ka and nahihirapan kang huminga, hindi na ho yun dapat pinatatagal. Dapat yun, diretso na kayo sa ospital kaagad. Kasi ang problema, ang nangyayari is na nakikita ko, kaya yung isang bahagi nung COVID na hindi namin nalilimitahan yung abilidad ng healthcare system para sa pasyente is late naman sila masyado dumating.
Yeah.
When you say late, Doc, anong ibig sabihin ng late na yan? Kasi
late is talagang hindi na sila talaga makahinga. So, punong-puno na ng infection yung katawan nila, advanced na, tapos doon lang sila magpapakita. Or halimbawa, yung mga ibang instances na ang lumalabas sa COVID, ang unang simptomas nila ay pagtatae. Dehydrated na sila. Tsaka lang sila dadating sa ospital. And minsan umaabot yun sa punto na napakababa na ng blood pressure mo, madami na bahagi ng katawan mong naapektuhan. So, I think although it's a judgment call on the part of the patient, and ayoko rin ma-overload yung health system.
Okay.
I think kailangan talaga nating pag-aralan ng mabuti lahat ng tao kung ano yung mga simptomas na sinabi ng DOH at ng gobyerno at ng mga eksperto na dapat natin bantayan because it's all out there. No, on social media, in the newspapers, on TV, paulit-ulit po yan na nagbibigay ng paalaala ang mga tao na marunong kung ano dapat at kailan dapat pumunta sa ospital at dapat test.
Alright, Doc, I was wondering po, so ano po yung, based on your own observations po, so ano po yung most striking and common thing na notice niyo po for those people who tested positive for COVID-19? Is it parang a drastic difference po ba sa normal flu?
Well, yun yung problema. It looks a lot like the flu.
Yeah.
Pero yun nangyayari, nakikita ko. Yung fever is definitely a concerning symptom. And if you have, let's say, diabetes, hypertension, overweight ka, and you happen to have that, plus dagdagan mo pa ng difficulty of breathing, then I think you better really think about going to the hospital and having yourself checked, no? Pero yung mga sinisipon-sipon lang, ganyan, na every morning naman talaga may mga taong ganun, di ba? Yung may allergic
rhinitis.
Tama yan, Doc. Meron talaga,
So, I mean, please, the people who already know it's exactly like what they had 2 months ago,
Yeah.
huwag nating isipin na baka COVID yun this month. Kasi,
Nakaka-paranoid na rin kasi, Doc, eh.
Yeah,
yun
kahit
Sa totoo lang,
simple na ubo-ubo
Yun.
lang.
hindi maiwasan yun, eh. Ang another question, Doc, kasi let's say ikaw, feeling mo, hindi mo nga alam, kung may COVID ka na or something like that, Kaya lang, ang iniisip mo naman, yung social discrimination naman, na kapag nalaman ng mga kasama mo
Sure yan.
na nagpa-test as COVID patient, chances naman, ang iisipin mo, mayayari ka naman sa community mo. Di ba? Anong outlook mo doon, Doc?
I think kung talagang ganon, then there's a lot more wrong with the Filipino people than we think. Diba? There's a lot more wrong with us than the illness itself. And I don't think dapat ganon ang approach natin pag may nalaman tayo, may kapwa Pilipino tayo na may sakit. Kasi dapat yun, ang pakiramdam mo para sa taong may ganon is concern.
Yeah, definitely.
Hindi takot. Hindi, oh my God.
Self-preservation siguro ang logic nila. Self-preservation.
Yes, of course. And I understand that. But if they're already following social distancing guidelines, then there's really not much else na kailangan dapat gawin. Of course, kung yung pasyente mismo ay pasaway and hindi sumusunod, and alam na niyang nag-test siya ng somehow na COVID positive siya, and alam niya yon, and under observation siya at home, and lumabas pa siya ng bahay, ibang usapan na yon, diba? Parang ibang klaseng tao rin naman yon. Although yun nga, iba-iba talaga tao sa mundo at iba-iba tao sa Pilipinas. But I would like to, yun dito natin makikita anong klaseng tao ba talaga mga Pilipino. Kasi
correct.
Pagka tayo ba yung tao na pag may nakita tayong may sakit, ang una nating iisipin is dapat natin silang tulungan. Ang una nating iisipin is dapat natin silang pandirian.
And Doc, may hinimatay. May hinimatay recently. Nasa news yan, babae, bigla na lang tumumba. Walang lumalapit kasi nga natatakot sila. Can you blame the people by not helping her?
Well, can I blame the people? I suppose I can't. Diba? But I would think na if any of us see a person whose life looks like they're in danger, regardless of whether or not may COVID-19 sila, our first thing would be to run towards them and try to help.
Yeah.
Kasi paano kung wala naman pala siyang COVID-19? And
then
wala
you just
yung
left her there.
Diba? You just left her there. I mean, that's completely different from knowing na my neighbor 3 or 4 houses down has somebody there na may sakit na COVID versus me walking past somebody and may hinimatay and hinayaan ko lang siya doon.
Yeah.
So, I think yung mga ganung bagay, those things are not supposed to be happening. If somebody passes out in front of you,
it's your social responsibility.
Diba? Parang okay, I can understand self-preservation to a certain extent, but I don't think I can ask it of that. Kasi, especially if you're asking a doctor, diba? Parang I have to walk in there every day. I don't really know if the histories we have on these patients are true. Did they really declare their symptoms or not? But we go every day. If it's just once na you see somebody pass out, tulungan niyo naman. Diba? Parang hindi naman pwedeng hayaan natin yung kapwa Pilipino natin doon na nakabulag na baka tumigil na pala yung puso.
Actually, Doc, yun talaga ang isang concern ko dyan. Kasi napanood ko yun sa isang, I cannot mention the station, no? Talagang naghintay talaga sila na dumating pa yung isang cameraman para lang kunan yung babae na hinimatay. Then suddenly, ang tagal na, nakabulag tayo yung babae. Then, dahil nga may cameraman, siguro na-capture na niya, doon dumating yung mga may ambulance na. But people na nakatingin lang doon, never really approached her. Siguro nga, dahil nga takot na rin. That is where my next question comes to you. Did you feel na you are being, nakakaramdam ka na rin ng sa mga kapwa-tao mo, discrimination? Nakaramdam ka na ba niyan?
Fortunately, hindi pa. Kasi I don't go out So I go to work, I come back home. So,
Why not
well,
try to go out?
there's no situation. Quarantine eh. Sinusunod
Totoo.
yung quarantine. We're not
Totoo.
supposed to be out. Diba? You only go out for
Oo. Hindi. What I meant was
essential
yung try to
things.
go out, ang ibig ko lang sabihin sa bagay, you really don't have to test people eh. Ang ano mo lang is home,
Should,
home office eh. Tama.
home, work,
Yeah,
home.
work,
And
home.
tayo
Tama.
pwede orderan online ng grocery, pagkain, may Grab, whatever. Yung mga nagde-deliver, there's almost no reason para lumabas ka.
Tama,
So,
tama.
halos lahat ng bagay na kailangan mong para sa pamamahay mo, pwede mong ipa-deliver sa bahay mo. So, or kung may lalabas man, dapat konti lang yung lalabas talaga. So, walang malaking dahilan para sa isang tao na to go outside unless, I really don't know why you would want to go outside.
Dati rin eh.
So,
Yeah.
Yung bottom line kasi is that in times of this pandemic, yung pinakakailangan natin right now is parang tulong-tulong and compassion for each other. It's not that we need...
I agree. Totoo
Definitely. Totoo naman yung self-preservation mo. Pero at what cost? Humanity. Di ba? It shouldn't be like that.
Yeah, katulad kanina, balita lang sa TV kanina, hinarang yung yung PNR, hinarang ng isang nasa malapit daw sa Laguna or something like that, hinarang ng isang barangay. Kasi nga, sabi nila, natatakot sila dahil nga daw baka ang sakay ng tren na yon may mga COVID. Ngayon, sabi nung walang ganun, ba't nyo kami hinaharang? Meron kami mga frontliner na kailangan namin. Kaya nga yung mode of transportation eh.
Yeah.
So, basically, talagang mafe-feel mo na ang mga tao ngayon paranoid, literally, of this, kaya sad reality, di ba, Doc? Sad reality.
Yes, it's a sad reality, but caution is good. Paranoia is bad.
Yeah, that's true.
So, being careful is good, but if it's going to the point na ganyan ang pinag-uusapan natin, then that reflects very poorly on us as a nation.
Yeah. Shane, baka may questions ka pa kay Doc dyan. Maraming nakakikita ko na So, sorry to cut you, Doc, kasi ang dami maraming magki-question sa'yo eh.
Okay.
Anyway, Doc, meron pa tayo ditong comment. We have here again from Sir Mark Legaza. By the way, we also heard na baka meron na vaccine for COVID in May. Is that possibly true? Since this could be similar to what happened to Dengvaxia, due to the rush demand and development of if the coming vaccine is true, would it be safe?
Hindi ako vaccine expert eh. May is next month. And as much as I would love to see a vaccine come out in May, normally these things take years eh.
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't necessarily know if you can actually find a vaccine that's going to come out next month. I would love to see that happen. I know there are more than 20, 30 vaccines being tested worldwide. I don't know how fast before we can pick the best ones and roll them out. And remember, it's not just the Philippines who's competing for these vaccines. It's going to be the entire world. And once they start distributing, pangilan tayo sa pila if we're not trying to make our own.
Well, to be fair, yung mga unang makakakuha talaga kasi ng vaccines are those countries that have enough budget for it.
Right. And so regardless of that fact, I think we really have to start working on developing our own manufacturing system for all of these things. No? Kasi na-expose talaga yung weakness ng healthcare industry sa Pilipinas. We're very good at producing manpower, but at producing equipment and the other things that are necessary to protect the manpower itself, mahina talaga tayo doon. We just rely on importation. And that's not something that's going to work in a situation like this.
Yeah, that's true.
Sinabi ni President Duterte na hindi muna dapat, hindi ko eksaktong sinasabi yung niya, kasi I might be wrong. Pero yung pagkakasabi na kailangan lumabas muna yung mga may gamot muna, may vaccine muna bago niya i-lift ang quarantine. Paano yun?
Well, that is I cannot speak for the president, and I don't necessarily know if everybody studied that. No, maybe he knows something that we don't know. Maybe it is coming out in May. Kaya sinasabi
Maybe.
na papavaccinate muna natin lahat ng tao. Although I
Yeah.
doubt it. I think one way to do it, which I think a lot of the people already know, has been my opinion and is shared by a lot of others, is that we
Mm-mm.
need to do mass testing already.
Yeah.
Right.
And so that we can check sino ba yung mga taong may sakit, check sino ba yung mga taong immune na, check sino yung mga taong hindi pa na-expose. And then once na grupo-grupo natin yon, then we can kind of say, oh, sige, yung mga taong immune na, baka pwede na kayong pumasok. Pero still, follow social distancing rules, wash
Yeah,
your
that's
hands. Hindi naman natin sasabihin na parang, okay, ikaw immune na, kahit na anong gusto mo, pwede mo nang gawin. It's never gonna be like that anymore. I think even if we are released out of quarantine just because somebody is found to be immune, a certain amount of caution is always going to be required if we don't want to see this pandemic happen again.
Totoo.
Pero
Right.
yung kailangan pag-aralan ng gobyerno, no? Paano nga natin, I think one of the things we need to do really is start looking at mass testing so that we can restart the economy and people can start going
Yeah.
back to work and know kailan ba natin talaga i-lift yung quarantine and how are we supposed to do it, which areas are we going to start, which sectors of industry should start first, those types of things, no? And
Yeah.
without mass testing, you don't even know nasan yung mga may sakit, nasan yung
Correct.
densely populated areas.
Alright.
Yeah, it's great actually that
Yeah.
that the government is implementing mass testing ngayon. So actually kasi yung mga pina-prioritize right now ng government for mass testing are those people na frontliners and then at the same time mga PUI and PUM. According to yung mga articles that I read. So Doc, can you please explain po kung ano po yung difference ng PUI and PUM to our viewers?
Okay. So, wait First, wala na, binago na ng DOH, I think, yung definitions nila. So, it's no longer called PUI, PUM, etc. There's suspect, probable, and confirmed. Okay? So, yung suspect, yun yung mga pasyente na merong symptoms pero hindi pa natetest. Sila yung mga may travel history, merong within 14 days bago nag-show up yung symptoms nila o kaya may contact with confirmed or probable COVID-19 cases. So yun yung suspect. Yung probable are the people with the symptoms pero they've undergone testing already pero wala pa yung resulta or na-test sila at an unofficial testing laboratory.
Ganun pala yun. Okay.
And then meron siya may confirmed is yung confirmed, no? Yung talagang underwent nasal swabbing or oropharyngeal swabbing tapos na napadala sa mga laboratorio katulad ng RITM and then nabigyan na resultahan.
I see.
Correct.
Anyway,
Doc, Sam, meron nun kasi ang siguro concern nito ng lahat ng taong nakikinig right now. Halimbawa nasa bahay ka tapos feeling mo may lagnat ka, nilalagnat ka. Ano ba ang gamot na panglagnat na masasuggest nyo? Hindi yung kasi may sinasabi silang wag daw itong kukunin itong type ng gamot na to kasi baka mas delikado. Di ba? May paracetamol, may mga ganon, mayroong ibuprofen. What can you suggest?
You normally just start with something like paracetamol.
Yeah.
So, yung pa rin yun You start with that. And then, if hindi ka gumagaling and may iba ka ng simptomas, then ibang usapan na yun. No? So,
ibuprofen, malakas kaya yun?
Well, wala naman ho yun sa lakas o hina. Merong counting data, nagsishow ng concern para sa pag-inom ng mga ganong klaseng bagay, pero wala pa akong naririnig na absolutely bawal yun pag nilalagnat ka. Yung pinagkaiba kasi ng paracetamol tsaka yung ibuprofen is yung paracetamol is primarily walang anti-inflammatory properties, no? So kung halimbawa natapilo ka, namamaga yung ankle mo, hindi masyado makakatulong sa swelling yung paracetamol, yung ibuprofen maaaring makatulong. But my suggestion, if you're at home and nilalagnat kayo and you think it's nothing that serious, siguro paracetamol would probably be okay.
I
Correct.
see. Doc, there have been applications I think MIT is creating an application called Private Kit na parang parang contact tracing siya for those people na may COVID. So, basically, ina-upload mo yung, how do I say this, yung data mo, and then at the same time, via Bluetooth, itatrack niya yung location mo, kung saan ka pumupunta, and then it sends notifications to people who are also using the same application. Na, for example,
A lot of other countries are heavily leaning on mga tech companies to help out. Kasi madami talagang maitutulong yung mga industriya na yun. Recently, I read Apple and Google are trying to do a contact tracing app as well.
yeah, that's true.
That's the first time na magko-collaborate yung dalawang malaking kumpanya in terms of trying to do contact tracing.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think that's okay as long as it's voluntary for you to join. I'm not sure about how that, kasi there's always going to be that balance between what's beneficial for everybody and invading
Privacy.
somebody's privacy.
Yeah, data privacy.
So, as long as it's well thought out, and again, para sa akin, if it's voluntary to sign up, then there's no problem. If it's going to be mandated or required of us, then as long as it's well thought out and implemented, then that's okay. But yeah, I think I'm very happy to know na, again, more and more people are coming to join the
Yeah,
fight
that's
against
true.
COVID, including the tech companies.
That's good, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Good,
true.
yeah.
Sir, if I may ask, so what is the most rewarding and the hardest thing being a frontliner during this pandemic?
Oh, the most rewarding part is sending people home and seeing
Great.
them get better.
Mm.
And yun lang kasi that's all we want naman eh. Diba? We
Yeah,
want to be able to send people home better than when they came in. And the most difficult part, aside from the fact that we know we won't be able to send everybody home and better, is the frustration of the fact that maybe we could have done a better job in preventing all of this from getting as bad as it already has.
yeah, that's
So,
But
yun
you can do
siguro.
you can only do so much. If it's
Yeah, actually,
time, it's time.
totoo yun. And
Mm.
actually, kaya nga ang iniengganyo kong tumulong is hindi lang mga taong doktor eh. Kasi isipin niyo, ako bilang doktor, I can only help one patient at a time. Ang madami ho talagang matutulungan ay yung mga tao who are captains of industry, yung mga politicians, yung mga taong ipinagkatiwala natin yung bayan natin sa kanila. These are the people who can make very widespread or far more impact in their decisions and changes na mas malaki yung maitutulong kaysa sa anything I can do on a daily basis. Diba? I mean, I can see patients on a daily basis, one patient at a time, hopefully send them home. Pero if you make the right decision at the government level, at your company's level, at your favorite private sector's level, that impacts so much more people than whatever it is that I do on a daily basis. So they're equally just as important as if not, maybe even more important, trying to make sure that this pandemic is cut short. Like I said, kami yung last line defense eh. So I'm hoping that they come up with better policies, execute those policies better and well, and hopefully we can cut this pandemic short.
Right.
Anyway,
Okay,
a little
still,
bit
yan.
of a little bit of a shout out to Trace Together
Yun.
po. It's an application from Singapore. Basically, they are the ones who made the partnership of Apple and Google together for this contact tracing app. Ayun. So, we have actually a team here with us din po, our company, who is actually in close collaboration din po with them. Hopefully, na mapupush din po namin yung application if ever here in the Philippines.
Great. That's great to hear.
Ayun.
Tama.
Mhm.
Right. So any
So
more messages from our viewers?
From our viewers,
Yeah.
let's see. Ayun. From Attorney Bayan, question. Excuse our ignorance on this doc hub. If a positive patient is cured, he becomes negative already. Will there be no possibility that the same person will become an asymptomatic carrier of COVID?
Oh, I think it's too early to say. We don't know enough about the virus for me to be able to tell you with definitive certainty na you can't be infected again. Essentially, that's the question. Gumaling ka na, negative ka na. In other words, you got sick again, exposed ka, and now you're an asymptomatic carrier. What we know is, at some point, pag gumaling ka na, then there's a high possibility that the virus is no longer detectable in your system. And that is because your immune system has already also begun to generate what's called our antibodies. No? Antibodies can be something that your body makes after being exposed to a virus or something that you are given because you were vaccinated. Unfortunately, right now, this is a sample of a world wherein there is a virus spreading around for which we have no vaccine. So nobody has antibodies unless they are actually exposed to the illness. So ang hindi pa namin alam is, halimbawa, gumaling ka na, negative ka na, nagka-antibodies ka na, gaano katagal naglalasting antibodies, and is it enough to protect you from getting reinfected? So that part we don't actually know, which is why ang sabi ko nga kanina is, pag nag-release from quarantine, kasi halimbawa, let's say lang, no, for argument's sake, ang piniling test ng Pilipinas is rapid antibody testing for massive testing. It doesn't mean we'll let our guard down. It just means we can go out. But it doesn't mean we should stop washing our hands, don't touch our face, go back to being not careful, not be as clean as we used to be, etc. You have to do all those things pa rin kasi madami pa ho tayong hindi talaga alam tungkol dito sa virus na to.
So, Doc, actually, we've been stalking you. Ayan, so we are going to project yung petition po for Protect the Filipino by Local Production of PPEs. Ayan, so you have here a petition.
Yeah. I put that petition up as soon as we went under quarantine. Kasi nga, my first concern was, I already knew mauubusan tayo ng gamit.
Yeah. So this is where people can also
First things we should have been working on. And we don't have local manufacturing of personal protective equipment. And we still don't up to now. No, it's nice na merong mga taong may kusa na they do their do-it-yourself projects kaya sa mga bahay nila. May mga 3D printer hobbyists who are making face
yung mga
masks.
face mask.
May mga taong gumagawa ng mga ear protectors kasi minsan masakit talaga magsuot ng mask buong araw. But what we need is industrial scale local manufacturing of medical grade personal protective equipment. And kasi we can't keep relying on imports. If you watch the news now, actually, makikita nyo pati yung mga bansang katulad ng Amerika, they compete against each other. The states in the United States itself is competing against other states within the United States to get personal protective equipment because they don't have enough either. And the only solution there is to start local manufacturing. Kasi unless talagang tingin natin, dadating yung araw na titigil to, I think that's being unrealistic. And the only way we can do it is either we manufacture our own or we learn how to recycle. And recycling is okay. That's sort of making do. Parang DIY personal protective equipment yun eh. That's sort of
Yeah.
making do. So all of those things are, I think we at some point, somebody I hope takes up the cause and is listening in government to sort of pass a bill or a law or something so that we can
Hello, Doc. I think nawala po ata si Doc. Well, anyway, ayun. Hello po, Doc.
yeah, I'm
Doc.
here.
Yeah, okay.
Yon, there you go.
Ah,
Continue.
Yeah.
please.
So,
Yeah.
so I hope people are also listening or people na may connections po sa government. Hopefully, that mapupush po nila tong local production ng mga PPEs natin.
Tama.
yeah.
So this one is to ask for petitions from people.
So,
And then we'll
kasi nga,
have it
this
as
virus
well.
is going away.
Yeah.
Actually, naka-address yung petition sa Malacanang eh. I don't know if they're going to get it, pero yung email address na pino-forward din ng petition goes straight to Malacanang.
Okay,
Oh,
so
I see.
so
I mean,
sigurado makukuha na nila yan.
Straight to Malacanang. At least, di ba? It's
Well, we don't, kung may tao nagbabasa ng email,
Kaya ganito yan, Doc eh. May nanonood sa atin yun. So, makukuha na nila yan.
yeah.
so, well, I hope so. And I hope they consider it. Kasi nga, the problem is not going to go away.
Yeah.
And we can't keep relying on imports. And we have to protect the healthcare workers.
Right.
So I will put the link down there in the comment, guys. So you guys please sign this petition as well para marinig pa tayo ng Malacanang, alright? So we can also have our own local production kasi minsan it's hard, especially if this pandemic will worsen. Hopefully hindi, okay? Pero if this pandemic worsens and it will last more months or until 2021 as other people is projecting, we really need our local productions talaga. Kasi paano pag maubos din yung dun sa country na pinagkukuhaan natin? What's next, di ba? So, ayun guys. So, please sign this petition.
Right.
Yeah. Any more, Shane? Any more from our listeners and viewers?
From our viewers, from Ma'am Jen Legaza, good day to all. Doc, question po. Based po sa experience nyo as a frontliner, what would be the 3 common symptoms na pwedeng mag-lead to COVID? Kasi po as a mom, nakaka-paranoid po makaramdam.
Yeah, paranoid.
Kahit sakit ng ulo or cold, just to ease our worry. Thank you po and more power to all our frontliners. Ayun, mabuhay po tayo.
You have to put it in the proper context. Kasi you have to remember, COVID can look like the flu.
Yeah.
It can look like the common cold. So you have to be aware because the only way to get COVID is to be exposed. So, lumabas ka ba ng bahay? Pumunta ka ba sa lugar na maaari kang nahawa? Meron ba kayong bisita o balikbayan or OFW na nakatira sa inyo in the last 14 days na wala dun dati? So, you have to have a history of exposure.
Yeah.
And then if you start having symptoms, then you should start considering the possibility na may COVID ka. And most of the time, yung pinaka-concerning for me is fever, cough, shortness of breath. No, yun yung most concerning. But fever, cough, shortness of breath, and you have zero possibility of being exposed, that's not going to be COVID. If you were and you really followed the quarantine guidelines and stayed home, and now you have fever, cough, shortness of breath, it can't be COVID if you never went out of your house. Or if everybody... Pwedeng anxiety. Madaming may anxiety ngayon, kahit doktor may anxiety ngayon. Pero, you really have to think about that very well. Don't forget, you can't get COVID if you were never exposed in the first place. And you can only be exposed if you don't follow quarantine guidelines.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's true.
Yun yan. So,
very good point yan,
Totoo.
Doc. Yeah.
Speaking of anxiety po, Doc, syempre if our frontliners have anxiety with regards to this pandemic, people in general have anxiety because of this pandemic. So, lalong-lalo na po siguro those people who inhibit symptoms and tested positive po with the COVID-19. So, how do you keep your patients going po? Syempre, parang yung iba po kasi na nakikita naming videos, parang nalulose po sila ng hope. So, how do you keep your
yeah,
patients going, Doc?
mahirap yun. No? Actually, one of the most difficult things about COVID is the fact that when you bring your loved ones to us, you can't be with them in the hospital.
Yan ang talaga. Sad.
So, yung pinaka-difficult, the isolation is just as difficult as the illness. And which is one of the biggest things actually, I wrote about this in one of my articles for the newspaper that I write for, where, one of the biggest concerns I had was seeing all these people in the ICU and wala silang bisita, bawal bumisita. Some of them passed away and there's no family there.
Yeah.
The next time nakikita nila yung loved one nila, pwedeng abo na.
Oh my God. Yan ang
because they're not allowed. Because they're not allowed to see them. They can't touch them. They can't be with them. They can't say goodbye to them. They leave these patients in our care, and you don't know if that's the last time that you're actually going to say goodbye to your mom, to your dad, to your wife, to your daughter, to your son, because you can't see them until we say they're better, or if we were unsuccessful in getting them better, then maybe you'll never see them again.
So sad reality yun.
So, the way around that is, that's why doctors like myself and others, a lot of others, we've really ramped up and enhanced our communication skills and this for families to not know how their loved ones are doing in the hospital because they can't visit. They can't even be in the waiting area. They can't even be in the car in the parking lot. Wala talaga. They have to be home. So, iba talaga. So, the way we practice now and the way we communicate with families is very, very different from the way that we used to do it before. And thankfully, a lot of people naman understand na please don't take us for granted on how it is that we communicate now, no? Na parang naiintindihan naman nila na there's a time when I'm going to let you know about how your loved one is doing. I just can't let you know every single minute how he's doing kasi I'm not there every single minute. We all go home too at some point. Pero iba talaga. It's very different. And that part of the illness is probably one of the most difficult parts of all.
Yeah.
I see.
Wow.
So how do you break it up to the families, Doc, when the patient passes away?
Oh boy, that's it. There's no way to do it the same way over and over. Walang expert done. You just call them and then you try to soften the blow as much as you can. Because most of the time you're just talking to them on the phone. They can't even see your face. They don't know what your facial expression is. Di nila alam na na you're all broken up inside as well about what just happened. And it's very hard. It's very, very hard. But we try. And most of us naman, we call these patients and give them updates regularly. So it's not as much a surprise, but it's never easy because we all want our loved ones to come home, right? You leave them in the hospital. Everybody is expecting that they're going to come back home to us at some point. Sometimes it's not. It's just not easy. It's not easy.
Totoo. Yeah, it's definitely sad. So, speaking of yung people na hindi po dinidisclose always yung symptoms nila. Kasi di ba there was a case as well. It was actually on TV na the reason why one of the medical frontliner parang
Yes.
oh,
Why one of the doctors died because somebody lied about their history.
Mm.
Um, that's sad. And at the same time, I'm not saying I understand that the patient should lie, and I'm not condoning it. I
yeah.
don't think anybody should lie about their history, but all the more reason na we need to be extra careful, and which is why all doctors like myself, ako, anytime I see a patient, I just assume you have COVID.
Mm.
No matter what you tell me, if you're in the hospital and I'm seeing you,
Mm.
whether you're on a COVID floor or a
Mm.
non-COVID floor, I will assume you have COVID, and I will be as careful as I can everywhere I am,
Mm.
all parts of the hospital. But
Yeah.
definitely, if you want to help, please don't lie to your physicians or the nurses. I mean, hindi talaga yun pwede. There's no more space for that, no more room for
Yeah.
that. We're here to help you. We're not here,
Mm.
again, we're not judgmental people. We're not, di naman namin kayo pagagalitan kasi nagka-COVID. That's not why you came to the hospital.
Mm.
So, I think it's just best that everybody be honest, but at the same time, everybody just assume
Yeah.
that, that if you're taking care of these types of people like I am, you just assume they all have COVID.
Mm-mm. Sir, we have here an inquiry po from Miss Josephine Aguilar. Is it true, Doc, that when you wear the PPE, it is very hot? Difficult too because you cannot eat and take a break. Ayun.
Hi, Joe. I actually know Joe very well. She's a good friend. Um, it's hot. It's
It's
hot,
hot.
Mm.
and and it's hard to take a break.
Yeah.
Because if you take a break, then you have to change the entire PPE all over,
Mm.
Oh. Mm.
and that
Isang
costs
beses
money.
lang tapos ano.
So, and sayang yung donations, sayang yung pera. So, I try not to drink too much water when I leave the house.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And then when I finish my work, that's when I drink as much water as I can consume.
Mm.
Because Joe's right, it's hot and it's hard to take a break.
Mm-hmm.
Kasi pag suot mo na yung bunny suit, yung puti na coverall,
Yeah.
takip kami lahat, nakatape ka, meron sticker dito sa gitna.
Mm-mm.
So you can't just unzip it and zip it. And you're gonna have to tear into it, and that means throwing
Oh,
it
no.
away. So sayang naman.
Mm-mm.
With regards to eating, um, I'm not. I don't eat at work. So I see other people eating at work, and they probably have to work a much longer shift.
Mm.
And if they do, a suggestion ko for them is to please don't eat together.
Mm.
Okay? Don't eat in groups. So, because we're not wearing our equipment at that time.
Ah.
And that's one of the things that's going to change. Now, before, yung mga doctors and people who work in the hospitals, when we take a break, we usually take a break together, may kwentuhan, etc. Now's not really the time to do that. Now's not a good time to be eating in groups.
Tama.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well,
Doc,
anyway,
paano ba yan? Kahit na halimbawa na malakas ang aircon sa hospital, so once na nakasuot ko ng PPE na yan, mainit pa rin. Walang air.
Init!
Paano
Walang
yun?
magagawa
Edi,
yung
paano yung
aircon.
pawis sa ano nyo, yung katawan nyo? Na,
Pawis! Pawis
Hala.
talaga.
So, can you
Nararamdaman ko
recommend
talaga.
can you recommend the PPE that has a blower?
Ay, well, no. Actually, if you go to the COVID-19 moonshot group, there are some very ingenious orthopedic surgeons who designed the suit so that
Mm.
they can perform surgery in PPE na hindi sila masyadong naiinitan.
wow.
Mm.
So there are a lot of very, very smart Filipinos out there. You will be surprised at how ingenious these guys can get. And these aren't people who normally do these things for a living. These are doctors, they're doing something
Mm.
else. These are, hobbyists, and they're doing
Mm.
something like this.
Yeah.
Mm.
And there's a lot of good ideas to solve those problems. But for me, I don't think it would be worth me carrying around something like yung dinesign ng orthopedic surgeons.
Up, signal.
Ano
Yung signal ata ni Doc, it's getting
Hello?
Oh,
Yeah, did you
erratic
catch that
lang.
last part?
Yeah,
No.
pakiulit, Doc.
Hello?
Yeah. Sige. Go ahead. Pakiulit na, Doc. Naputol eh.
Yeah. So anyway, parang hindi worth it for the people like me who are just rounding to have a air-conditioned type of PPE. Yung mga mag-o-opera, I can understand kailangan nila yan. Pero yung mga nag-rounds katulad sa taste na lang sa pawis yan.
Taste, ganda, mga ganun.
Oo. Talagang dapat nyo palang gawin pagka nagsusot ng PPE, meron na rin tuwalya sa likod nyo kasi nga yung pawis eh.
Totoo.
Well, kasi yun na nga, naka-t-shirt ka, naka-scrubs ka, naka-bunny suit ka, yung coverall, tapos nun minsan may apron pa, tapos may hood yun, tapos may cap ka pang suot, may mask ka pa, may goggles ka pa, may face shield ka pa, may gloves ka pa na 2. Tapos may booties ka pa. So,
May booties. That's a lot of layers.
Kaya
Bago
nga
ka pa
kulang daw
makasimula ng trabaho.
Doc,
Yeah.
kulang talaga ang pagpapasalamat namin sa sacrifices nyo na ginagawa nyo para sa mga patients. Kaya maraming salamat talaga. Maraming salamat.
All of the healthcare workers supportan mo namin. Lahat ng taong tumutulong sa amin, pinagdadasal kami. Talaga nakakatulong po yun at na-appreciate po talaga namin yung lahat. No? And ginagawa ko talaga ng lahat to para sa inyo and sana lahat nung maitutulong ninyo, itulong nyo rin ho sa amin. At sa bayan, hindi lang sa amin.
Sir, just a little bit of your insights po. How do you envision a post-pandemic Philippines po?
Oh boy. I don't know because I've never seen one. Pero it's gonna be different. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a lot different.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna go through stages, diba? So, and it all depends on how the government decides to implement things. Imposible naman yung. So I know we're all looking forward to what is it, April 30?
Yeah.
April 30.
Okay,
could be
so
extended.
Hopefully.
Could be.
Yeah, my guess is it's gonna be extended, but let's just say hindi extended. It doesn't mean that the virus isn't gonna be there on May 1st.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be different. There's not gonna be a lot of people are going to demand for their space. Yung mga nakikita nyo nagsisiksikan sa bus, I don't think you're gonna see people standing outside the door of the bus anymore, or hanging outside of the jeepney, or things like that. No, a lot of things are going to change. How we do things are going to be different, and we right now this is what's normal, but this is going to constantly evolve, and at some point we're going to have to just rediscover how to do everything and find what's normal for that scenario. And then if we find a different way of doing something and we get better, then maybe after a few months or a year it's going to be different again. So until such time that the vaccine comes out and everybody gets vaccinated and we have enough people who are immune, then maybe we can go back to how it was before. But I hope we take all the good stuff that we learned with us and we don't forget just because the vaccine is out and a lot more people are immune and lahat ng mga natutunan natin maganda, kalimutan na natin. Sayang naman.
Totoo yan, Doc. We really appreciate you, Doc. Lahat kayo, we really appreciate you. The world appreciates you.
What I'm really hoping for after this pandemic is that people would definitely open their eyes more to be more supportive of the research here, especially medical research here in the Philippines, to also give a raise, hopefully, to our medical frontliners, especially the nurses or yung or yung mga medtechs, as well as for the doctors as well. And hopefully then, more compassionate yung mga tao. Not only Filipinos, but I hope everyone around the world. Sana hindi
Yeah.
nga maging discriminatory yung mga tao after all of this, especially like looking for a job and other people kasi are speculating kasi, di ba, na post-pandemic Philippines, isa sa mga magiging questions ng mga employers is that, did you ever test positive for COVID? Parang ganun. I think it's crazy. Na
Correct.
it's a normal illness.
Oh, and that's something that the government can very easily do something about. Just tell them you're not allowed to ask that question.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Dapat.
Oh, right.
I think this is a chance for us to prove how good we are as people.
Mm.
So it's up to society in general how we are going to be remembered by the next generation.
Yeah, true.
And that is dependent largely on how it is that we handle this pandemic in the years after this.
Correct. Question, Doc, question. Kasi what can you say about the people following the ECQ right now? And then what comment can you give us on that thing?
For the people who are following or not following, for the people following, I'm very thankful.
Yeah, following muna. For those who are following.
Because you're giving us less work to do by following.
Yeah. So and then for the
For the people who aren't following, please follow.
Very simple. Thank you for the simple answer.
Yeah. Well, definitely. Yun lang naman.
Mahirap sabi na, di ba, sabi nila, if you don't have anything good to say, then don't say anything.
Correct. Agree. Salamat,
Good
Doc.
last comment from Josephine Aguilar. Keep safe, Doc. The HCWs like you are risking their lives to save the patients' lives. We salute. We continue to pray for your safety. Ayan, thank you, Ma'am Josephine.
Yeah.
One last na lang, sir. So, what is your message to all the frontliners, to the government, and yung mga citizens right now?
Okay, to the frontliners, again, not really comfortable with that word, but that's what we are called. We're all in this together, and I think we all go to work for each other. And like I said, courage and bravery are contagious. One of the reasons why it's easier for me to wake up the next day and go to work is because I know my brothers and sisters are going to be at work too. So hopefully everybody stays safe, and hopefully we keep I don't want to see another one of us go. I don't want to hear it in the news. I don't want to hear about it. I hope everybody stays safe.
Definitely.
Government, please evaluate the best way to do things. It's not the time for grandstanding. It's not the time for showboating. It's not the time to, and we have to act. Don't wait for things to be perfect. It's never gonna be perfect. Don't be afraid of making a mistake for fear. Parang minsan yun nangyayari. Paralysis by analysis. We keep waiting and waiting and waiting for
the perfect
things
time
to be perfect before we do something. This is not gonna work out. That's not gonna work out in this situation. In this situation, you just need to act and try to make the best decision that you can and do something. And for the public, stay safe and please follow what the Department of Health and the infectious disease and pulmonology experts have recommended. Stay home, follow the extended quarantine guidelines, understand why they're there. They're there to protect you. We don't want anybody to be under quarantine if we can help it, but this is the way that you can help us. We need to work on this together. We can't do this by ourselves. There's no me anymore. There's no decision that affects only one part of society anymore. Every decision we make affects everybody. So if there's a way for you to help other than being at home, please do so. because we can use all the help that we can get.
Yes.
You're very well spoken, sir. So, Doc, thank you so much for guesting for today's video cast. We learned a lot, very insightful.
Thank you so much, Doc.
Thanks,
Thank you
Rene.
so much.
And it's very humbling.
It's an honor. My
Doc.
pleasure. Our pleasure.
Thank you so much, Doc. So, last message for the viewers po?
Oh, I just want everybody to stay safe, please. Stay hopeful, and hopefully this will all be over and we can see each other outside instead of being on these screens.
That's true.
Right.
Okay. Thank you so much again, Doc.
Doc, thank you so much. Magandang gabi sa'yo, Doc.
Hopeful to meet
Ingat
you
ka.
in real life. Sige po.
Yes.
Bye-bye po, Doc. Thank you.
Salamat po, salamat.
Bye. Ingat.
Okay,
Ingat
bye.
po, Doc. Grabe tong episode natin ngayon, Tatay Rene. It's
Sobrang touching, sobrang ang daming emotions.
yeah.
Oo, walang time na talagang mapag-iisip ka talaga na we have to really thank them, the frontliners. Wala akong masabi sa kanila. Yung sacrifice nila, wala nakakaiyak, pero ang magagawa na lang natin prayers for them. Prayers
Ako
for them.
personally, I'm very soft with these kinds of stories. Most of my workmates, most of my friends, alam talaga kay baby talaga ako when in terms of, I don't know, itong mga touching stories. I've seen videos of China shouting Jayo to inside their apartments to boost everyone's morale na guys, we can fight. Jayo means fight kasi in Chinese. And as well as yung people from Italy inside their homes, they've been singing to each other to boost each other's morale. Tapos as well as recently then here in the Philippines, may isang condominium ata here in QC. I'm not quite sure. I'm so sorry guys. That keep on cheering the frontliners kasi may hospital in front of the condominium, 'di ba? They keep on cheering. Kaya for me nakaka-well up siya kasi I'm so proud of our frontliners. It's so humbling to have them here with us, and hopefully talaga the Philippines wakes up.
I really appreciate this episode kasi I'm just hearing about this frontliner. Ito sila, naririnig ko yan, nababasa ko. And then, ang compassion ko sa kanila, well, basically, it's your job Yun ang ano ko. Pero itong episode na to, it's really an eye-opener personally. So touching na siguro pagkatapos ito iiyak ako mamaya kasi hindi pa pwede ngayon. Pero sobrang hindi ko matanggal ang emotion ko right now. Napakataas ng emotion ko sa mga doctors, sa mga frontliners natin. Kaya siguro i-wrap up na natin to. Nangingilid na luha ko dito.
Anyway, thank you so much for guesting with me today. It made it 3 times more fun to have you here.
Sure. Thank you so much, Shane.
Ng mga langaw dyan.
It's an honor to be here and thank you so much. And to all the frontliners there, may God always protect you as you protect us. Thank you so much.
Bye, Tatay Rene. See you soon.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye po. It's been a long month for all of us here in this ECQ. Definitely a long month. Minsan na nga nakakasira na nga ng bait, di ba? Kasi we've been looking for things to do. We felt very bored inside our houses. But it's been a long 3 months, 4 months for our frontliners. Lalo na nag-start nung nag-test ng positive dun sa Cebu. It's been a long 4 months for our frontliners, and I do hope that we do our part in staying at home. Inuulit ko guys, let's stay at home para sa mga frontliners natin, para sa people that are also depending for them to get back home safe, and for ourselves, para sa kapwa nating mga Pilipino. Tama nga si Sir, sabi niya na we'll get through this and this shall pass, but it will only happen fast kapag we all work together, di ba? So I do plead for everyone to stay at home, okay? We'll get through this, and I'll see you in your next webcast.